Alright guys, today I wanted to talk about why blue collar jobs especially are not the reason you're in shape and are not the reason you're gonna get in shape at all. It's simply the reason you're comfortable. It's hard to hear for a lot of you, but if that were true too, it's like every construction site in America would look like a bodybuilding show. And that's obviously not the case, so yeah, a few things I figured I'd get on here and talk about. That comfortable aspect is huge. A lot of guys have been doing their job forever. You're working, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 years sometimes, the same job, the same routine, the same habits, the same foods, the same conversations. It's like, which is fine, but you got to realize that you're not going to magically get in shape after 20 years of doing the same thing with the same day-to-day job. So, like, with that in mind, your hard job, you're doing 15,000 steps a day, 20,000 steps a day, whatever it is. And even on your low step days, you're probably lifting a shit ton of weight, right? So, okay, 6 day a week, you're working out, or you're working, you're training 4 or 5 days a week. You're trying to make something work with your goals. And it just seems impossible. It's like nothing's working. The reason is like you're comfortable with the amount you're doing. Kind of simply put, it's like your job, yeah, it's eliciting some sort of energy expenditure. Sure, you're probably right. But if you have no structure in place or you have nothing in plan to make those burn calories worth it, so you just binge after, you're eating like shit after work, then what does it really matter what you're doing on a day-to-day basis? I mean, you could run a marathon every day and still, probably not, but you could burn 10,000 calories ish a day and still eat it and still be in a surplus, just depending on what foods you're eating. So they're comfortable that like you're in the same job for so long, you're comfortable with what you're doing, and that's where I think a lot of guys get out of is. It's fine that you're comfortable with that, but okay, let's be comfortable with it in the sense that, all right, that's what we're doing, so that's our baseline. That's where we're going to start. Like, if we want to burn more, we're going to either cut the food a little bit lower or do more energy expenditure on top of that. So more cardio, post-workout cardio, a little bit more intense training, dialing in your 3-4 day a week training, whatever it is. That's where you're really gonna elicit the most response, if that makes sense. My mind's going like 600 miles an hour right now, so I look exhausted too. Either way, maybe it's the lighting. Yeah, maybe it is. Either way, yeah, I mean, sure, you just get the gist for now, but like when I was doing it, I mean, I worked the same thing for so long and just did the same thing on a day-to-day basis, and my body was used to it. I'm used to it. It's like, yeah, I'm working wicked hard, but I've been doing it for so long, so it didn't really matter what kind of diet or what kind of. It just didn't matter. That was my baseline. You know, you get used to it. It's like if you're eating a 500 calorie deficit right now, and you do that for like 6 months, you'll probably plateau somewhere in there and just maintain, because your metabolism is going to match the weight you just lost and drop down a little bit. And so eventually that'll be your maintenance now. It goes the other way too with increasing calories. So that's your baseline if you've been doing it for 10, 20, 30 years. Just realize that you don't necessarily need to lean on that as much. It's like, take that into account when you're structuring your plan or you're trying to figure out what works for you. What should I do? What path should I take? But you honestly shouldn't focus on I guess I'll say, like, how can my job increase my results, right? It's like you should just be like, okay, this is my job, this is my baseline. Now, what am I gonna do to kind of side skirt this, right? take it into account. If you're an underwater welder, it's going to be different. If you're a flight attendant, it's going to be a little bit different, right? But don't lean on your job and your long days and your long hours too much. Like, okay, what are our goals? How can we leverage it? How can we maybe utilize the hours we have and the energy we're burning on our job and put those pieces together? It's truly, it's like guys are like, I'm burning all this energy, I'm doing all this. It's like, yeah, but you've been doing it for 20, 30 years. So what does it matter? Your body's like, okay, another day, another dollar. Like, truly. It's almost like when you wake up at 5 a.m. for years on end, and eventually your weekends are up at 5 a.m. Like, oh yeah, Saturday, I go back to bed for a bit. And it's just your body likes homeostasis. It likes keeping things consistent. So if you keep that consistent, your body's going to get used to it and consider it your baseline. I could rant on so many analogies on that, but I think guys lean on that too much, and then they get comfortable in the sense it's like, well, it doesn't work for me because I'm doing this crazy job and I'm trying this crazy diet and nothing works, and I'll just give up. And yeah, sure, that's a lot of guys' position too, but a lot of guys are comfortable with making that decision and comfortable with taking a step back, not going to the gym because they feel like they worked hard today, you know. I did enough at work, I can take the day off. It's like we all have those thoughts, you know. There's many days where I'm like, maybe I walked around a little bit more today. You know, I don't need to do my cardio today, but like those small thoughts and those small decisions eat at you one way or the other. And then that starts to spin. It's like, dude, it's your baseline. It's what you're doing anyway. You fucking move some more filter boxes. Like, whoa. Do your fucking cardio. Hit the gym. Another day, you're not sick. You're healthy. Everything's cool. It's great. Like, don't lean on that in that aspect. I think that probably makes sense if you're a blue collar guy and you're in that situation. You're struggling with those sort of things, like consistency, I guess, around the gym and around diet in general. Like, you know what you need to do. We all know what we need to do. Especially if you're watching this, you're probably not an idiot. Most people will probably click off in the first 30 seconds. Like, what the fuck? What the fucking... YouTube's interesting, that's to say the least. But, yeah, I talk to a lot of guys where that's their biggest issue is like, you're up at 4, you're trying to go to the gym maybe in the morning, and you work at 6:30, 7, you're working till like 4, 5, 6. It's like, do you go after? Do you go before? Where do I get it in? Sometimes I can't. It's like a lot of times you can. It's leaning on that. You're back to your mindset of like, I'm chilling, I'm comfortable today, and I don't need it. Whatever, however you want to frame it or put it in your mind. But yeah, I mean, most of my clients, the biggest thing is just figuring out where can we fit workouts in. Great, you can consistently do them here. Perfect. We can leverage what you're doing day to day with this and that, and you have this goal and that. I mean, there's so many nuances and it's very individual. So I could give an example for a young kid trying to lose weight or gain weight or simply lean bulk, or who's really out of weight and wants to, or an old guy. It's, like I said, very, very, very different person to person. But when you're looking at your life, and, all right, I have these goals, how can I adjust my life accordingly? Sure, take your job into account, but again, really understand that that's your baseline. If you're burning a ton of calories, sure, you can work with that. You can leverage that. Maybe grab a Fitbit, grab a Garmin, grab an Apple Watch. A lot of my guys like that Garmin. I don't even know what it's called, to be honest, but the new one they just came out with seems to work really well, comfortable, crazy battery life. to just get a baseline, know where you're at, and you know what changes you need to make. Some guys really overestimate how much they're doing on a day-to-day basis. Excuse me. I have a guy that was working construction for a long time, and he was doing a while. You know, he's a construction worker. He's lifting. He's up and down. I don't know exactly what he was doing, but what he explained to me basically is he was working a shit ton, burning a ton of calories, sweating a ton, and then he quit that and went. It was a little while ago. I don't know exactly what he did. Something freelancing on his laptop, but basically he was sitting at his fucking desk all day long. So he goes from working 12, 14-hour days straight, hitting the gym, sweating all day long, to laptop work. And really wasn't much of a change. If anything, I think we preemptively adjusted his diet a little too fast for the assumptive changes I thought were needed, right? It's like he goes from, you would expect him to need much less food, you know, he needs much less fat, needs much less carbs. No, well, pretty similar. Maybe he's a fidgety guy, I don't know, you know, maybe he's walking around, who knows, but everybody's a little bit different, and people also lean on that job a little bit too much. Now he's making insane progress because we really didn't change a whole lot, and he's working from home on his laptop all day, so it's none of that like, I worked pretty hard today, I should probably fucking take a day off or anything like that. He's like, if anything, I was rotting away on my laptop all fucking day. Let's go. So completely different, and yeah, I hope that helps you see just your job and really how I truly look at it and how my guys talk about it, especially on our group calls and stuff. It's like, this is a lot of that mindset stuff we really hammer in on. I mean, sure, is there going to be a lineman? Is there going to be a guy that's burning crazy and has the exact opposite genetics for what he's doing? Yeah, of course, there's always going to be a very oddball. But from what I've learned and from what I've seen, it's like the 1% or 0.1% of population, you know, the people that are going to get the hyper responder genetics, or the people that are going to really have a hard time gaining weight because they're doing X, Y, and Z, or really have a hard time losing weight. It's very few and far between. So just assume it's not you and adjust your plan around it. Because if you assume it's you and it's not you, you're going to fuck up your whole life. Not to say you can't change it, and don't look back on the past and be like, I shouldn't have done this, I should have done that. But know that where you are now, you have the option to make a bunch of different decisions that can set you up positively or set you up negatively for the future. So I'll say it over and over again, but it's always 100% mental. Sure, you gotta lift weights, you gotta do the shit physically, but your mind's controlling all that. Your mind's telling your body to do what it needs to do. So without mental resilience, I'll say, you're really gonna go nowhere. It doesn't really matter how strong the gorilla is. If he's a special ed gorilla, he's gonna just be eating grass all day, right? I don't know. It's a shit analogy, but still. It's like, sure, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna stop using analogies because I could keep going down that road. But I'm sure you guys get what I'm saying now. It's like, okay, maybe I have used my job as an excuse here and there. All right, let's tighten things up a little bit. When I'm off the clock, I'm off the clock. It's like, try and split your days into 12-hour blocks or 4-hour blocks, like however you want to do it. It's like, boom. 4 p.m. hits, it's a new day. It's like, whatever happened, it doesn't matter. It's like, drink your fucking pre-workout, new day, new dollar. Who cares what happens? You did 600 flights of stairs, forget about it. Yeah, start to stack those small wins. And not only will that help your results, obviously, but it'll start to form your mindset of what needs to be done and really how goals are achieved. So, yeah, again, hope all that helps. You guys ever have any questions or need anything, I answer every DM and Instagram. I get back to most guys frequently, so yeah, unless it's jam packed for the day, but definitely shoot me any questions on there. We can talk about whatever you want to argue with whatever I said on here. Give your opinion in the comments, definitely, bro. I'm open for suggestion, adjustment, whatever. Everyone loves to leave their opinion, so definitely shoot it over and yeah, hope this helped. Some sort of value out of it. And whenever you're watching this, morning, evening, night, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.